you are. So glad you made it here. I was just thinking about you. This past week I carved a boat for my rower whirligig out of some cedar so I could make a silicone mold out of it and then make a resin casting. So hang on to your hats. Well, to make this boat I just glued a bunch of cedar together. And then I use this Kutzall shaping disc to shape the outside and the inside. And then I got all these different kind of burrs and rasps that I used. The outside isn't too hard. It's getting inside here, it's a little tricky. I took this 1 3/8" Forstner bit and got out as much as I could. Wanted to make it fairly thin, so I'm not using up too much resin. It's a pretty big piece to be making a silicone mold of, and it takes a lot of resin. So I wanted to use as little resin as possible. Here's a good look at the raw casting. I got a little excited. I took this out of the mold too soon, so it's not quite as smooth as it could have been, but it stands up just fine. So there's that. I'm getting ready to make a mold of my boat I carved. So I got it all glued in there, and then I put this part and this part on top of there to try to reduce the volume I'll need to make the mold. Check out the mold. That's a lot of silicone. So basically, I marked out my shape, and I cut out the basic shape of the boat on my bandsaw, and then I used my Kutzall disc to do the major shaping. Well, I soon figured out that the boat wasn't long enough, and I needed to glue another piece of wood onto the back end. So I used dowels to do that so I could match it up on the inside real well. That way I could take it on and off real easy while I was matching it up. Well, I wasn't done yet, and I soon figured out that the boat wasn't wide enough. So I cut off the transom, the back end of the boat, and took the boat over to my bandsaw and made a cut along the bottom almost all the way to the front of the boat so I could expand the sides outward. And then I glued on some wood, and I used some sculpt wood putty to fill in the gaps that I created, expanding the sides out. And after that I just glued on another transom, and I was good to go. But I had a hard time getting it to the right specifications. I give you a good close-up look at this boat here. After I sanded it all, filled in all the air bubbles. I think it's going to be real nice. Check it out. I got this resin cast boat all painted up, and I made a mold of the seat. So now I can reproduce that, and also this spindle. That's just a piece of dowel. It looks a little suspicious, but anyway. So he's looking pretty good. Yeah, I like how that boat came out. It's gonna be nice. Now the only wood would be in the propeller. Everything else is resin or metal. That's all I got for today. I sure appreciate you stopping by. Take care. I'll see you down the trail. Bye now.